aloha, and as always, mahalo for tuning in to Doko Ga TV. On this episode, we continue our exploration of Kyushu, or the southern part of Japan, on part 4 of this nonstop travel Doko Ga TV video diary series. On last week's episode, we showcased the seemingly never-ending allure of southern Japan's Kagoshima area. We also featured a Miyazaki preview, heading to the Nichinan coast to enjoy the beauty of the Udo Shrine. On tonight's episode, the Nonstop Travel 808 group concludes our Kagoshima visit with one final stop to the small town of Chidan. We've been learning a lot about Japan's history as we venture through Kyushu and Kagoshima. Our next destination was no different. However, we leave the Edo and Meiji periods behind and enter the Showa era, specifically the 1940s, and center on one facet and tactic of Japan's role in World War II. Located on the southern tip of Kagoshima, the Chidan Peace Museum is a thought-provoking and controversial memorial dedicated to the 1,036 young kamikaze pilots who sacrificed their lives during World War II. The term kamikaze, kami meaning divine or godlike, kaze meaning wind, was initially used to describe the massive typhoons believed to be divine intervention that saved Japan from Kublai Khan's armada of invading Mongolian forces twice in 1274 and 1281. Born in 1940, our guide Takeshi Kawatoko is a retired Japan Army colonel and author of Chidan Peace Museum's book, The Mind of Kamikaze.
Well, let's explain the military tactics of kamikaze. This is a replica of original fighter. Kamikaze airplane carried about 550 pounds on the right wing and also carried a fuel tank almost same weight on the left wing. And they attacked using the airplane itself to crash into the aircraft carrier. When they attacked, the airplane, pilot, bomb all became one. And when they took off, they knew they were heading to certain death. They are very, very young people. These three standing in the middle were 17 years old, 18 years old, and 19 years old. I don't think they knew they are going to be a kamikaze pilot during the training. However, they didn't hesitate to become kamikaze. These pilots understood and appreciated the importance of their responsibility, that it was worth dying for the future of Japan and for their parents. They look like they are smiling, even though they would die next day. They spent the final laugh at the bar for a few days. And when overnight watchman walked around the bedroom in the barrack at midnight, he often found the boys, rather their boys, climb down the blanket and weep bitterly. I think that is the reason why they did this, or that they are very afraid of their death and felt the deep sorrow of their very short life. They are the supporters for kamikaze pilots. In these days in Japan, girls enter the girls' junior high school when they became 13 years old. During the war, they helped the cooking, washing, and cleaning at their base. Sometimes they helped the maintenance for fighter aircraft. And every time, when kamikaze took off, they always watched the waves and kamikaze until the aircraft disappeared. This is cherry blossoms.
In previous seasons of Doko Ga TV, we visited key historic locations, each marked by horrific and tragic events that took place during the Second World War. About 9 years ago, we filmed the Nagaoka City War Damage Exhibit Hall. As a precursor to the atomic bombing of Japan, Nagaoka was firebombed by US forces, resulting in the destruction of 80% of the city. 2 years ago, we visited the Nagasaki Peace Park, which commemorates the atomic bombing that took place on August 9, 1945. In speaking with curators, keepers, and supporters in Nagaoka, Nagasaki, and now at the Chidan Peace Museum, each of these memorial sites all agree on one key, vital, and essential message. Suffering, innumerable atrocities, and the unimaginable loss of life are the inevitable results of war, and that these memorial sites are a stark reminder of the importance of maintaining peace for the sake, survival, and prosperity of our children. From our day starting in the Chiran area of Kagoshima to our eastern exploration of Kyushu's Miyazaki City, there was a lot to learn and appreciate all throughout. A few interesting facts about this area. Miyazaki gets the most sunshine compared to any other city in Japan, so the beaches and outdoor activities here are quite popular. Which leads to fact number 2. Miyazaki is also home of the egg of the sun, or Tayo no Tamago, also known as really sweet and really expensive mango. How expensive, you ask? In 2019, at a Miyazaki mango auction, try $5,000 expensive. After an insightful and awe-inspiring time in Kagoshima, the Nonstop Travel group headed to the southeastern coast of Kyushu to the city and prefecture of Miyazaki. On last week's Miyazaki preview, Udo Shrine, located on the Nichinan coastline, provided an amazingly epic example of how Japan tradition and nature can be merged into one. The union of the shrine's architecture and layout with the surrounding cliffs and cave provide a picturesque and profound visitor experience. Continuing along the Nichinan coastline, our 808 group arrived at the tiny island of AOSHIMA.
We are now in AOSHIMA Island. This is the playground of one of the ocean gods, Umi Sachihiko. He has brother, Yama Sachihiko, mountain god. Mountain god all the time thought that job is boring, so that's why he asked his brother, ocean god, let's exchange our jobs. Former mountain god accidentally lost his brother's fishing hook. His brother was so angry. He didn't know what he should do. Then he went to Ocean Shrine and asked the priest what I should do. The gods fall in love with the daughter of the priest and they got married.
In addition to Aoshima's legendary tales shared by our guide Kimi, the signature rock formation here, called the Oni no Sentakuita, or OGRE'S washboard, is a strikingly surreal, stunning scenic spot that is one of Miyazaki's many highlights. It's hard to believe that this slanted array of basalt rock is a purely natural geological formation, but it is. Spanning over 8 kilometers of the Aoshima coastline, these zigzagging, almost perfect angular, washboard-like rock slabs are a result of 7 million years of erosion from intersecting hard rock and soft sediment layers. 7 million. After taking numerous pictures and enjoying the surrounding stone-like scenery, we continued our trek across the rocky beach area and made our way to青島Jinja, a colorful shrine said to bring good fortune to those seeking success in romance.
Aloha, welcome back to our Saigo Takamori Segadon tour here with Sharon Miyashiro. Sharon is our ringleader, a non-stop ringleader. It's always wonderful to travel with you.
Thank you.
We've done like 100 tours now together.
Maybe, yeah. 101.
101. This is 101. This is Aoshima to see the
coastline was beautiful.
Yeah, the coastline was beautiful. And to see it in person, to see just pictures of it or B-roll or stock footage, whole new experience.
That's right, because I've only checked the internet. And looked at pictures
exactly,
on
right,
that.
right. We have in front of us great lunch, and what are you gonna go for first? Sharon?
I want the hamachi.
I was gonna say hamachi is a good place to start.
Hi.
And we have katsuo, we have bonito too. Oh, it's a nice color.
Okay.
Very nice color. Yeah. Show you. Itadakimasu.
Hi. Itadakimasu. The sauce is good too.
And shoyu is a little bit different. So here in Miyazaki, I know we have some chicken that's grilling, which is a local favorite here. But we also have like a kind of resembles potato salad. In a way.
It does.
Yeah.
Different kind of taste, huh?
Because there's like tofu potato salad.
I have to try it again.
Yep. I'm gonna do a dip of shoyu. Because back home we eat tofu with shoyu, right?
That's right.
So tofu is very sweet. We're gonna add a little bit of saltiness to it. Let's try this out. Better try it.
I did. You picked the third one already.
You are light speed, Sharon. Oh my gosh. Let's go here first. Let's try
What is this now?
Hummel. This is like
That's right, hummel.
Pike, I
I've never
believe.
eaten hummel. There's a sauce on it too, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it's gonna be good.
Miso?
Yep.
Oh, look.
I want to get some veggies though on this.
Look at underneath. It has like gobo or something.
Yeah, like seaweed and a little bit of vegetables on there. Oh, nice. I like the sauce. Goodness coming off of the chicken itself.
Oh, you have more cabbage than me.
Yeah, I made mine like a little
I
wrap.
made a little sandwich, yeah.
Very light. All good. I don't think it's flavored.
Not seasoned.
No,
No.
not seasoned. But the crispy part of the chicken does add an extra little bit of
The texture. in your
texture
mouth.
to it. And it's good. So let's try it with the
I
sauce.
have to have it with the sauce. That's
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
good.
that's very good. Sauce is, it reminds me of tare, on a yakitori. When you have that sweet kind of shoyu ponzu kind of sauce. That's what it is.
Very good.
Yeah, very, very good. But we're having a wonderful time here in Miyazaki, and that journey continues. We're going to see more scenic spots in the area, as well as make our way eventually to Kyoto, speaking of history. And wish you folks are here with us. And come with us to Japan with Sharon and Team Doko Ga TV. Contact Nonstop Travel, folks. As always, mahalo for watching, and aloha.
The next day, our non-stop travel group continued our quest to the center of Kyushu Island, the city and prefecture of Kumamoto. Our first stop is a symbolic Kyushu landmark and beacon of Kumamoto pride. Built in 1607, Kumamoto Castle is considered one of the 3 premier castles in Japan and was the first battle site of Saigo Takamori's Satsuma Rebellion against imperial government forces in 1877. While being able to withstand Saigo's Satsuma samurai attack, a few centuries worth of time and world-changing events, the 7.0 magnitude earthquake in 2016 resulted in severe damage to the castle that will take about 20 years to completely repair. That being said, the restoration of the castle has become a rallying cry and a unifying effort for the city of Kumamoto, as well as gaining support across Japan.
If you find this gate, that means Shinto shrine. And if you cannot find this, it's a Buddhist temple. And actually, I know English, shrine and temple are the same meaning, but in Japan, we use temple for Buddhism. Shrine is used for Shinto. So when you have dreams or purposes, or if you got sick, please touch this and get blessing. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. That's a
Right now, we're in front of Kumamoto Castle. What's been your favorite point so far?
The entire tour, This tour has given life to this television drama, and I'm really appreciative that, Nonstop Travel and your program have decided to bring history to life to, complement, enhance, the TV program. And it's there is a real face to Segodon, as we learned in the museums, and now we have a very historical, accurate view of what Saigo Takamori actually looked like, and that's been the most revealing, enlightening thing I've heard discovered on this tour.
It is being constructed given that no one else could take out this castle, including Saigo, but to be able to be in front of it and see, and we'll be contributing to its economy, I think that's a great thing, and one thing I really appreciate.
One thing I've learned about Japanese culture and the people, and it's the resilience. For example, an earthquake or tremor split a road, and in just a week, it's fully repaired, ready to go. Regrettably, our government, doesn't work as efficiently or as effectively as, as diligently as, the people of Japan. And if nothing else, earthquakes, tidal waves, tsunami are all part of their life. They accept it. It's a fact of life, but it's what impresses me is their resilience, how they respond to adversity, such like this, and you can see that they've got a full-on recovery process here, and they'll come out of it, and they'll continue to march.
The Nonstop Travel 808 group continued our Saigo Takamori study at the Tabaruzaka Museum, where we learned more about Saigo and his Satsuma Rebellion's first major battle against the Meiji government's armies at the footsteps of Kumamoto Castle.
Welcome to Tabaruzuka Seinan Civil War Museum today. He is Saigo Takamori, and in February 1877, 13,000 former samurai soldiers left Kagoshima to Tokyo. First target is castle. And Saigo-san first tried to convince the younger soldiers not to go there. Naturally, battle broke out. So Tani-san is the leader of the Kumamoto Castle. Number-wise, the Kagoshima group, Saigo-san group may win, right? That's why the strategy is not to battle outside of the castle. It's close the gate. They try to attack from the inside, the castle holding strategy. And many times the Satsuma group tried to attack the castle, but they couldn't break the gate. They ordered all of the prefectures to dispatch the soldiers coming to this area. So the Saigo-san should think that they should go to the north. Uekiryok to Tabaruzaka are the main battlefield after Kumamoto Castle War. 53 days they are actually holding the castle. And 3 days before the Satsuma group came to this castle, the Kumamoto Castle burned. There are 3 possibilities. Maybe fire is from kitchen of castle. Second reason is that there are Satsuma people in the new government group. They set arson the castle. That's the second possibility. And the third possibility is that the new government group itself set fire arson the castle. So what's the most possible idea? New government themselves actually set on fire. You need target when you use cannon. That's why the target should be the donjon tower. It's easy. That's why the member in new government group intentionally arson their headquarters. This is the north of Kumamoto. Red means the Satsuma and blue means new government group. Satsuma group consists of real former samurai. However, the new government group is the soldiers, not necessarily from samurai. They actually recruit the people from other ranks and then become soldiers. So that's why the skills of Satsuma group is much higher than the new government group. The new government group soldiers are killed, attacked by Satsuma group. new government group selects people from, at that time, so-called police. They collect 110 soldiers from 300 policemen. 300 policemen at that time means former samurai. So they fought each other at Doko Hirayama. 14,000 soldiers or samurai were actually died. This is the worst and the biggest civil wars in Japan.
The museum curator explained that in life, some of Saigo's main commanders, Kirino Toshiaki, Shinohara Kunimoto, Beppu Shunsuke, and Murata Shinpachi, continued to guard Saigo Takamori in death, as their graves surrounded his final resting spot at the Nanshu Cemetery.